The Book of Mormon, an account written by the hand of Mormon, upon plates taken from the plates of Nephi. Wherefore it is an abridgment of the record of the people of Nephi, and also of the Lamanites, written to the Lamanites, which are a remnant of the house of Israel, and also to Jew and Gentile, written by way of commandment, and also by the spirit of prophecy and of revelation, written and sealed up, and bid up unto the Lord, that they might not be destroyed, to come forth by the gift and power of God, unto the interpretation thereof, sealed by the hand of Moroni, and hid up unto the Lord, to come forth in due time by the way of the Gentile, the interpretation thereof by the gift of God, an abridgment taken from the book of Ether, also, which is a record of the people of Jared, which were scattered at the time the Lord confounded the language of the people when they were building a tower to get to heaven, which is to show unto the remnant of the house of Israel how great things the Lord hath done for their fathers, and that they may know the covenant of the Lord, that they are not cast off forever, and also to the convincing of the Jew and the Gentile that Jesus is the Christ, eternal God, manifesting himself unto all nations. And now, if there be fault, it be the mistake of men. Wherefore condemn not the things of God, that ye may be found spotless at the judgment seat of Christ. By Joseph Smith, Jr., author and proprietor, Palmyra, printed by E.B. Brandon for the author, 1830. And some people are going to make an issue of the format changes with the Book of Mormon, like 3,913 changes. And it's like, that is not really something to go for, you know. Now, the differences between the different editions in terms of words, that's a different story. Now, the first thing, and the only thing for some people, that people are going to notice is they're going to notice that their chapter and verse numbers come in later. And one of the things testified on the official position with the LDS Church is that, you know, the text is supposed to be free from copyright errors. Now, there's the 2013 edition, I believe. There's the 1964 edition. There's the 1920. And 1964, yeah, I don't know all the dates of the Book of Mormon texts, but there are, you could say, versions beyond the changes we see here. Now, there's a couple things that Joseph Smith either didn't understand, or he kind of twisted towards Christian doctrine here, is that when he calls someone Christios, when he calls someone Amnual, Mashich, they all are terms that you know that the person isn't a god. Now, the L in Emmanuel at the end is one of those indications of that. So, you know, the people knew a dwelling for the people. But basically, the knew all is given the meaning of somebody who's an intermediary for the people. Anointed, well, something has to anoint the person. Christ, again, anointed. But Messiah also has meanings of, it has meanings in the way of the person who has to make the effort. So you can say a Messiah is a hero, but a God doesn't develop like that. I mean, you have various things called gods, but you know what I mean. And Gentile. Gentile is translation of words like Guya in the singular, the one who has turned their back on God, and Gawim in the plural. Again, the people have turned their backs. It's in other terms like that for not being of the right religion. It's not the same thing as one tribe or another. It's like somehow you're a Jew or somehow, that is absolutely not the meaning thereof. And if he put things down by his hand, that's fine. People make too big of a deal of the author thing, but I would very much warn against the idea of authors of sects. And so 1981 is what this is compared to. And some changes. So, written to Lamanites, to who in due time, to the way of the, to who, the people Jared, to who were scattered, which is to show unto the remnant, which is so show. Okay, shew and show, I mean, it's just updating the language. Israel, how great things, so Israel to what? And now if there to our faults, they are the mistakes of men. And TC, TC and SC, I shouldn't have read that as so or to or whatever. Translated by Joseph Smith Jr. And translation is not the right way to phrase that, because a translation would mean that it wasn't divinized. Sticking your head in a hat and seeing stuff, it happens. And I definitely point out how that can happen. You relax and you focus and all that stuff.